financially viable in the long term.
So I'm sure we're going to get mail saying, you know, Milo's not a serious person, he's a provocateur, which I would say I could care less. He's got a point of view and he has a right to express it. But I am interested in your response to that criticism because you hear it a lot.
Well, my response is, so what? Who cares? I'm an entertainer, I'm a performer, people like, you know, I guess my sort of things are sort of part lecture, part stand-up. One of the things that authoritarians hate, one of the things dictators hate, is the sound of laughter, because they can't control it. They can't control what you find funny. And that's one of the reasons the left is always trying to dictate what humor is acceptable. You know, oh, you can't tell that joke because that's sexist. You can't tell that joke because that's racist. Well, they do that because laughter you can't control, and trying to sort of hammer that down. I'm the worst example for them of somebody who is persuasive and interesting and funny. Every one of my shows is sold out. Every single time I do a talk, people say, I never thought of that. You've really converted me. So that makes me dangerous. Dangerous because my audience is so young, so big, so strong. I'm the person probably that annoys them more than anybody except Donald Trump because I'm effective. And that scares them.
Who, by the way, tweeted about you, I think at 3 in the morning Eastern time last night.
Daddy did. He's got my back.
To say this is appalling and to threaten pulling federal funding from the University of California system, to which the lieutenant governor, by the way, of California did not attack Gavin Newsom, did not attack the mob that set vehicles on fire and tried to injure you, and did injure a bunch of other people, but attacked Trump for threatening the funding.
Well, you know, this seems to be a fairly obvious consequence. If you don't uphold your legal responsibility to, you know, to enforce the First Amendment, you know, to provide speakers with platforms and audiences with safe, the ability to go and listen to speakers of all different kinds, agnostic of ideology, as you were saying earlier. If you don't do that as a university, you're not performing your essential function. You know, Berkeley gets $370 million a year. It is one of the biggest research universities. It's one of the highest ranked research universities.
Right.
But it's churning out graduates who don't do very much because only 47% of their graduates go on to full-time employment when they leave. It seems to me that a lot of that federal money could be repurposed very effectively if Berkeley refuses to honor its First Amendment commitments.